That's embarrassing. I've cut it too short. Miscalculation, I've underordered. Big wood. Yep, today is actually Big Wood Day. When I say big wood, I mean OSB lining of the workshop. So let's whip it open and see what's inside. Right, before we go in as well, I should mention that you're going to notice there's no moisture barrier or vapour barrier in sight, but there is a really good reason for that. But I'll explain it more towards the end of the video, why I'm doing it differently. So in the meantime, enjoy the next few minutes of me struggling with big heavy OSB boards. Maybe I know what you're thinking. How am I going to get these relatively heavy OSB sheets up onto the ceiling? I'm going to screw the batten to that beam there, wedge the OSB in, and then lift it and then screw it. That's embarrassing. I've cut it too short. Luckily, not too short that I can't actually use it for the wall. DIY isn't so easy all the time. Let's try that again. Well, that's one down or one up, depending on how you look at it. What I'm happy about is that I have hit the beams with a full sheet. I'm very happy about that. What am I not happy about? Having to do several more of them. This is probably going to call for some time lapsing, so yeah. Here's a little jig to help you hang stuff on the ceiling. It's basically a latch. Ideally, you want to do it with a screwdriver, like that. So, as you can see, I've been wedging the boards up on the batten, and then what you do is once you've wedged it up that side, on the opposite side, you push this side in and you turn that, and that will hold it in, just like the latch on your shed door. That's another little technique for hanging stuff upside down. That's done its job now. So that is the ceiling complete, but briefly before I go on to doing the walls, which I'm just about to do, and I'll show you how we do those. Before I get this first wall piece in, do consider liking and subscribing, especially subscribing. I do get an awful lot of watch time from non-subscribers, so please click that button, help me out. Right, let's get cracking on the wall. This one's already cut to size. All I do is offer it up, then pin it in with the nail gun. I'm going to shim it up with some 3mm shims, maybe 3 or 2, something like that. They're going to go in right at the bottom underneath. So there's some shims just to create a bit of a gap at the bottom If anything, that's gonna allow it a little bit to expand. And what I've done is I've checked this edge to make sure it's nice and level. That's gonna fit in really nicely, I think. Cue training montage. I've run out of OSB. What can I do? I'm coming to Wix. Shut up and sit down, you big OSB. On today. Here. You may watch a lot of YouTube stuff and you can pretty much, as a YouTuber, you can show what you want, but I'm going to show you real life. You can hardly see gaps on that side. All right, a couple of little bits there, but that's not bad. Whereas the first side I did, they're pretty obvious. So don't always be fooled by YouTube. Sometimes you don't see all the mistakes. However, it's not too bad. I mean, we could call that an expansion gap. And we could call this a fail. Take your pick, YouTubers. I'm looking forward to getting this done, believe me, and then we'll see how it looks. Right, let's talk about moisture and vapour barriers. Now, I did a little insulation video a little while back and I got loads of comments on that about a moisture barrier and clearances and all this for the insulation. I know it's a bit of a hot topic on YouTube. A lot of different opinions out there on different ways to do things. Obviously, in different countries and regions, they have different ways of doing things. For me, I think putting a plastic wrap behind this cladding to stop moisture getting into the insulation is the wrong thing to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I am going to put my moisture barrier on the surface. It's going to be primed with a sealing primer, so that will seal the wood. Nothing will be able to get in it from in here anyway, hopefully. So any condensation that's in here, hopefully there won't because I'll have good ventilation, but if there is, this should stop it. Because on top of that primer is going to be an antifungal paint. Now that antifungal paint not only stops moisture getting through to the wood or the surface that it's painted on, but it also stops or inhibits the growth of any mold or black mold especially. And it's generally used inside
bathrooms or kitchens, high moisture areas, even in modern homes. Now, they still have problems in modern homes with all the new regulations, but they still have problems because people don't ventilate them properly. Now, this workshop is going to be ventilated, and that's going to be key to keeping the mold down. But in any case, my moisture barrier or vapor barrier will be on the surface, so I'll be able to keep an eye on it. If there is any mold, it's not very likely, but I will see it straight away. Let's go to another YouTube hot topic, which is building wraps or external vapor barriers. Let's go outside and have a look. So here we are. Now this is my plywood cladding on the surface of my shed or workshop, whatever you want to call it. Now that is covered in cuprinol duxback, which is a wax enriched paint. Now on the description of the tub for cuprinol duxback, it says allows for a breathable wood surface, and it inhibits water or rain or weather penetrating it, which is exactly what a building wrap does. So this is my building wrap, okay? It allows any moisture inside to come out, any vapor, anything like that. So it's allowing the structure to breathe, but at the same time, no rain's getting in there. Demonstration. Beads off. I kind of have a building wrap and a moisture barrier. I'm just doing it in a different way. Maybe a bit unconventional, but I'm pretty sure it's going to work. So there it is. If you've got any questions about my theory, then let me know.